All right, folks, we are back. Sunday night, your TBC Live, August 20th, 2023. Got Jeff and Shawn in here, just under the wire. We gotta set it up properly, though, right? We gotta get this thing started with our guy TBC.
My man.
Former Ohio State Buckeye and national champion DB. Welcome to the Buckeye Cast. These guys was born and bred in the Buckeye State, and they like to talk Buckeye football and drink bourbon. Subscribe to the show. Now pour up a drink and pull up a stool. Here's your host, Joe Warwick. Get him, Joe.
All right, TBC, appreciate you. All right, boys, we're talking tonight. Our main topic is going to be score predictions. I know we have certain people in the chat that may already be in the chat that particularly love this kind of prediction game. But please don't forget to subscribe, like the show. Just hit a like every time you see this show. Just pop that like button. I really appreciate it. It helps other Buckeye fans find our show and our content and all that. If you want stuff quick, what's that? What was that? I don't know what that was. I just heard a weird noise. Anyway, hit us with the super chat, super thanks, all that stuff. We're still trying to get to 3,000 subs. It's definitely not going to happen by week 1. We got like 10 days, 11 maybe. So we're going to get to 3,000 subs this year, this football season. So please share the show with a friend. I'd greatly appreciate it. Go grab all your kids and your parents and your friends' phones and just make them subscribe to the show. That's the best thing you can possibly do. But quick bourbon talk. Shawn, sounds like you had rice for your bourbon talk.
I did, yeah. I'm kind of laying low today. Yeah, went pretty hard this weekend. Had a poker championship and whatnot. So yeah, dry Sunday for me.
Oh, okay. Jeff, what do you got behind the wheel? Oh yeah, okay.
I just in my neighborhood. I am not drinking bourbon currently. I will be drinking some 1782.
Okay. All right. So Jeff's on limited kind of availability here.
He's a moving target.
Yeah, I'm back. I'll be in and out here for another 2 minutes, then I'll be on. We'll be fine.
That's what she said. Hey-o.
Okay. Hey.
That was an easy one. That was a layup, guys. Come on.
There you go. Putting on tea for you.
Upcoming shows this week. Monday, tomorrow, the day after today, Ryan Day is having a press conference. I would firmly expect a quarterback announcement at that point. It's usually around 11:30 a.m. So keep an eye out for that. I will be doing a breaking news segment, regardless of which way it goes, because this is kind of a big deal. We haven't had really a meaningful quarterback, battle in years. So it's going to be interesting. And then, we'll talk about the fallout for the guy that obviously is not chosen as QB1. So we'll talk about it tomorrow, though. So keep your eyes peeled and your ears to the grindstone or whatever the fuck it means. And don't forget, we'll be doing a rush hour tomorrow, 4:30. We'll definitely talk about that there. And then next week, we're doing week 1 pregame. A week from tonight, next Sunday night, me, Jeff, and Shawn are doing our pregame breakdown of the losers. We're talking microscopes, the score predictions, laying it all out there. Hopefully you guys will join in, give us your predictions as well. But tonight is the entire schedule we're doing all 12 regular season games. So Jeff and Shawn, so we only have 3 captains this year. What do you think about that? Shawn?
Well, I guess I just saw that actually. I just heard that a few hours ago and getting caught up on the stuff, and I'm not surprised by the 3 that it is. But the only thing that struck me is, and obviously you probably couldn't at this point. When's the last time that we didn't have a quarterback as a captain? Maybe it's been the past couple years, but I always feel like it's been Stroud or Fields or Barrett, or I mean, going back a long time. So that was just a little bit different to me, but the guys they picked are obviously great. And I'm fine with 3. I mean, what was the highest? Did they have 8 the one year or something crazy?
7 or 8, yeah. Urban Meyer era was pretty nuts.
I prefer 4 actually. I don't know why. I just feel like 4 is the number.
Well, maybe they're saving the 4th, to be announced on Monday.
2 offense, 2 defense, something like that.
Yeah. Well, this would be 3 and 1. It's 2 and 1 right now.
Yeah, Stover and Xavier and right.
Yeah. I always like the videos when they call the parents and tell them the first reaction. The parents always like, "Uh-oh," they're always like, "What did my son do?" No.
Right.
It's rare, but
I haven't watched those yet, but yeah, those are always good.
Yeah, Tommy Eichenberg, Cade Stover, and Xavier Johnson are your captains, in case you haven't heard. So that's a great list of dudes. We don't need a lot of dudes, just getting nominated captain.
And all seniors too, right? And that seems to be the theme. These are all.
Yeah.
Where in the past, we had Tough Moreland as a 3-year captain at linebacker.
That's true. Yeah. No, Tommy's a 2-year.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think, was Cade a captain last year?
I'm not sure.
Pretty sure he was. Quick recruiting update while we're getting through the minutia here. 2024 5-star D lineman from Buford, Georgia, Edric Houston, is announcing on Tuesday. Just heard today that the Alabama insiders are saying Edric Houston is all Buckeye. He doesn't really talk to anybody, so there wouldn't be any kind of back and forth, or this is not a Marquise Lightfoot kind of situation where you're going to have a bidding war or something like that. All that Alabama smoke from the last month or two in his recruitment was just generated by Alabama, just as a last ditch effort to get into his recruitment. So he said from day one, like I remember talking about this months ago before he even visited, that he did not want to play in a 3-4 defense. He wanted to play in a 4-down front like the Buckeyes run. So Bama is a 3-4, Georgia is a 3-4. So that kind of ruled them out quickly. And that's why I never really bought this Alabama crap, because he specifically said that. And I mean, not that a kid couldn't have his mind changed. We've seen that plenty of times. But I really thought that if he felt that from going into his recruitment, like 6 months ago, that he probably really felt that way and stuck to it. What do you guys think?
You there, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I mean, that's good news, I guess. But I'm not going to feel real confident until I hear him say it. Georgia and Alabama are huge polls. And they could tell him all kinds of shit as far as, we're gonna cater a defense around you, blah blah blah, just to get him to,
because they do that all the time.
Right, but how do they close on some of these guys at the very end? I don't know what they tell them. if he's firm in that not wanting to be a 3-4 defensive end, well, if those are the only two other, options compared to us, well, then it's a no-brainer. But I'll believe it when I hear it.
I believe he was silently committed since he visited. So I don't have a lot of support in that theory. So just my personal opinion, when we had that massive recruiting haul back in June, we had a lot of defensive guys, multiple dudes were silently committed and then committed elsewhere. So, and the only reason I think Houston has waited is because he wanted to do it on his birthday. So 18th birthday coming up here in 2 days. I got no problem with it. Brandon Baker, the 5-star O lineman from Modern Day, or as Shawn calls it, Maitre D. He is looking at now a September or October decision. And the Buckeyes are in the top 5 there. And I'm hearing that we are neck and neck with Texas for Brandon Baker. Nebraska's running a 3rd, and he does have one visit set up this fall, September 16th. Jeff, your birthday, actually. He's going to Nebraska. He's going to be in Nebraska celebrating your birthday. So if you want to
I'll be in Asheville, North Carolina, bud.
Oh, that's a good place to be.
Yeah. Look forward to it.
Check out those mountains. Hey,
that's what she said.
That's the plan.
You might want to bring a razor. Those girls like their bodies hairy.
Oh,
yeah, there are some hairy ladies up there. It's granola central.
I am still married, so I'm not gonna worry about razors.
Okay, perfect. What's today?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see next month. I mean, I not guarantee nothing, but as of today,
as of August 20th,
I'm not planning on needing a razor for partners. But anyways, we'll see.
So Brandon Baker, yeah,
big day.
Are in.
Big day coming.
Yeah, looking good. 4-star safety Zaquan Patterson from Chaminade Prep. He'll be announcing, I think that was August 26th. I think it's August 26th. So coming up in a week. I don't foresee the Buckeyes being a favorite there. I think he stays in South Florida most likely, but we'll see what happens. As long as he doesn't go to Michigan, which I don't think he's that interested, I think he'll be fine, especially if he attended that fake ass barbecue in the big house. Then Jordan Seaton, the tackle. Well, no, he plays tackle. He's projected as an interior O lineman, 4-star. He is going to visit Ohio State October 6th. So that's the weekend of the Maryland game. He's also going to take official visits to LSU, Florida, Oklahoma, Oregon, South Carolina, unofficial to Alabama in the fall as well. Decision probably after the season. We'll see what happens. Very much in the air. So up in the air. So I'm fine with one of Baker or Seaton there. No, doesn't matter. We do need to get a national guy. It's been a long time since we got somebody outside of the Midwest. So we'll see how that works out. So yeah, let's check the chat here before we get rolling on the predictions. I hope Stephen Cherry's in here. Otherwise, I'm going to be sorely disappointed.
Is it really a show if he's not?
Not a prediction show. No, it's really not. I copied the chat from last week's show on the over-unders and pasted it into a document. So I have a log of anybody that made a prediction on the over-unders. So we have that in perpetuity. Let's see who we got in here. So my question to the chat was, who do you think will be QB1, Kyle or Devin? So the chat responded nicely. Stephen was the first one in. I love it. See, Stephen was ready. He doesn't fuck around. He says Devin will be QB1. Odysseus says,
That's right.
seems like Devin, the way the competition is dragged on. Stephen Cherry says, seems like LJ has beef with Jim Knowles. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't need any distractions. No, I think you're dead on there, Stephen. LJ definitely has beef, but Jim Knowles is a vegan, so maybe I would call it tofu with Jim Knowles. And that's about the jack position. I love it when they ask Larry Johnson about the jack position, because he's like, fuck you. I don't know. So I guess not my room.
I didn't need to know that. Are you telling me Jim Knowles is a vegan?
Yeah. And he does yoga, but smokes cigars. So.
But vegans aren't most vegans because they don't like to hurt animals. I don't want my defensive coordinator being a guy that doesn't like a little bit of pain.
Actually, some of it's about
So
digestion.
nature versus nurture.
I don't want to get into it. My wife is a nutritional therapist, so I know too much about these things. And
yeah, I'm
not saying veganism is the way to go. We are not vegans.
Shawn, you can put us on a detour real quick. Let's
so I would say let's not judge a guy by his diet. Justin Fields was a vegan for a few years, so seemed like it worked all right for us. Anyway, moving on. Billy Tuesday. What's up, Billy? Good to see you. Where you been?
You brought
it up. I wonder if McCord will redshirt and transfer after the season if Brown starts. No, I don't see a redshirt. Transfer, yes. Redshirt, no. Odysseus says, yeah, let Team Up North have all the distractions with NCAA cloud. Yeah, that's really been pushed off to the back burner, though, because they're not going to have an NCAA hearing until after the year anyway. And Harbaugh can be long gone, right? Like me and Shawn talked about on Friday. Jeremiah, would the Buckeyes feel great about either of these quarterbacks? Some of his stuff's all caps, so I have to accentuate. I'm sign me up for whoever is the starting quarterback. I'm going to support that guy, and then I'm also going to support the backup. And I hope and pray that the backup does not transfer. Odysseus says, Billy says, I put my trust in Day. Odysseus says, interesting, no JT Tuimoloau. I don't know what that means.
About captains? He's talking about captains, probably.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could say that there's a ton of third-year guys. Me and Shawn ran down the list on Friday when we talked about 2021 recruits that are starters now. I mean, it's more than half the team, right?
I mean, yeah, no Marv, no Noah Mecca. I mean,
right.
Well, I had one comment. I know that my connection was bad when I was pulling in my neighborhood there. I had one comment regarding the captaincy. Shawn, you nailed it. It's real telling about the quarterback not being one of them. And because because the quarterback has not asserted themselves ahead of the other in the competition, there's no way you can put a guy that hasn't won his position yet as a team leader, captain. But it is telling when your quarterback is not one of your captains. I can't remember.
That's the thing. They're not. Ryan Day doesn't want that announced just on social media. Hey, this is our fourth captain. He wants to probably say that tomorrow.
But well, then announce your quarterback and then name your fucking captains. I mean,
yeah.
What? I don't know. But if the quarterback, that is troubling to me. It is troubling that we don't have a quarterback that has earned that spot voted by the players on the team.
Yeah, I understand. I think he'll probably get named quarterback, whoever it is. Obviously, Ryan Day was a quarterback in college, so I think he knows the value that it takes for a quarterback to be a captain. Odysseus says, hope FSU doesn't run a 4-3. That's a legit point. Billy says, with NIL, crystal balls don't mean much. Exactly. They have lost their value, and so do all of the recruiting reporters, even the good ones like Berm. Unfortunately, they're going to be wrong a lot more often nowadays with NIL creeping into the picture. Ryan Days Beard says Buckeye family OH. Shio Ryan Days Beard. How do you get that thing so black? That's my question. That's what she says. Hey. Jeremiah, Coach Day and the Ohio State QB coaches will start the right QB. That's right. I'm not worried. Ryan Days Beard says, I'm sticking to my guns. I honestly feel Brown will get the nod. It's interesting that we've had more Devin Brown votes tonight. I haven't even seen a Kyle McCord. I've seen, I trust Ryan Day, and I've seen Devin Brown votes. That's it.
I think because of the length that has gone on without a decision, I think that only brings Devin, up, closer to the top.
Is that because Josh Perry just said that? Because I'm seeing a lot of people retweeting or just saying exactly what he said, like regurgitating Joshua Perry's comments.
I had not heard Perry's comments.
His are not based on sources. His are based on the longer the competition goes out.
That was my general thought. I hadn't looked at what Joshua said, but that's my general thought. A lot of people
just stole his opinion.
Okay. Well, not that, maybe they're stealing mine.
There you go. Fucking Steve Cherry's already got the prediction for the Indiana game. Motherfucker, we haven't even read it yet.
Spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
So let's render our last decisions before hopefully tomorrow we have a final. Shawn, I'm going to start with you. Give me your final decision. Who do you think will be QB1?
I think if you go back probably at the end of last year, I think you guys were laughing at me when I started talking about Devin Brown and saying that this was a legit shot. I think me and this podcast were talking about Devin Brown probably a lot earlier than most people out there, and I'm sticking with it. I think Devin Brown's going to be our guy.
Okay. Jeff, who you got?
First of all, Shawn, we've never laughed at you in front of you.
So far as
second of all, as far as you've ever heard. Second of all, I'm still going to pick Kyle McCord. If we're on the decision eve, as we all think we are, I'm going to say he names Kyle McCord still the starter.
Sure. I am on the Kyle McCord bandwagon too. It doesn't bother me that we haven't gotten a decision before now, because we went through the same shit when it was Fields versus Chugs. He was named right around August 19th, 20th. And then CJ was named over a freshman, Kyle McCord, a true freshman, on August 21st.
Right.
So,
but we already knew that. I mean, that was like softly everyone knew that. I mean,
yes, I understand it's a different competition, but the timeline does not make me think, oh, they're leaning Devin because it's taken so long. No, this is right in line with the timeline that Ryan Day has used before. So this is nothing new.
And it's actually brilliant of Ryan Day, if I may say that. He set that up as like, this is the way he does it, announces it this way, whether you're going to be the starter or not. And because he knows on years like this year, when it's more of a competition, he can say, look, this is what we do. It's fuck off, everyone.
Yep. This is
my
timeline.
Program. Leave me alone.
I think people should stop questioning when the quarterback's going to be named, because it's fucking annoying when the media keeps asking and asking. And obviously he knows it's a high priority, but if you guys don't look at the track record of how these things play out, then you're stupid. Looking at them, I'm talking about the media. The media should be more aware that don't expect an answer first week of August or even the second,
Sure.
They got to fucking chill out. And he knows it's a big announcement. That's why he's saving it till this point, So anyway, sometimes I get tired with the stupid questions from some of the media. Can't imagine how he feels. Fuck.
Well, I think Joe, when he announces it in his press conference, he's going to probably go into detail, and it might become clear to everybody listening that when he actually may have had the decision made or when he was leaning away. I don't know how much he'll let us into that, but you're right. It's his MO. This is the program. I mean, in 2019, there's no reason to not say Justin Fields was the starting quarterback in spring, right?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, we all knew that Justin Fields was coming in and starting. There was no other option. But he announced it. You're right? The same time frame, and it's just what he does. Whether there's a battle and he's trying to keep both quarterbacks from leaving, or it's a known given. I hopefully he lets us in a little bit as far as.
I love it because it's his system, and he's not going to get bullied by the media. He's going to run his program, and that's that.
Salute to him. Well, I mean, and hopefully we don't. Hopefully it comes tomorrow. I mean, if this doesn't come till Thursday before the game, oh shit, then it might be some late nights with the coaching staff in there. Like, what which one what are we going with? What are we going to do?
We got like almost 2 weeks till the game.
Well, so, right, but I'm saying, but game prep, you got to be a week out with this. You got to have a week.
And that's the thing is they're starting. They're doing a kind of mock game prep week this week. So this week is prep. They're kind of trying to get the young guys acclimated to the schedule, the routine for a game week, even though there's no game this coming Saturday.
So, a great idea. I mean, it's perfect. That's how it should be. And then next week is all fine.
And then they won't have a scrimmage or anything next Saturday. If they do, it'll be a light practice. They're not going to, push them too hard. Definitely won't tackle to the ground and stuff like that. But they might that week of they might have the week of game week. They used to call it Bloody Tuesday when Herb was around. So maybe they'll still do that. We'll see. But regardless, this coming week, I would not expect a lot of activity, from a practice and development point of view. Things are pretty much going to be set in stone after this weekend, whether it's left tackle, right tackle, center, quarterback, all the position, 2 deeps should be set in stone from the staff's point of view. Now, will they share it with us? Probably not. So,
that's the thing. Joe, sorry, I don't know if I missed this earlier when my connection was bad. Do we have a scheduled date for Ryan Day's next press conference? I mean, has it been scheduled yet?
Tomorrow.
He does have one tomorrow for sure. Okay, but we don't know if he's making the announcement, but we're expecting an announcement tomorrow.
I would strongly expect that.
Yes. Yeah, if he's having one, he's going to
actually at the same time learn who are the starting tackles for sure on the offensive line. From there, the rest is butter. So, all right, let's talk score predictions. Let's get in here. One by one, give me your score predictions. I'm going to lay each game out slightly. I'm not going to go into great detail, but like we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games that already have spreads you can bet on right now. And I'm going by betonline.ag's site. You can lay action on these. They're mostly the big games, obviously. Oh, okay. Burp. Got some Sazerac rye. That stuff is smooth up and down.
Sazerac. I just like saying it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So week 1, we know who it is. The Indiana Losers. Saturday, September 2nd, 3:30. This is on CBS. So we get the music. Enjoy that. It's going to be really weird to hear that and then see Ohio State on the screen. not LSU or Bama or somebody. So Ohio State, we got a spread for this one. Buckeyes are favored by 28. That's 4 touchdowns to you and me. Over under there. This is the only over under we have because it's only a couple weeks away. 58.5 is the over under. So let me lay out quick little synopsis for you. Buckeyes have won 28 straight versus Indiana. Shocker, right? But in 2021, the game was tied 7-7 with 2 minutes and 58 seconds left in the first quarter. But then at halftime, Ohio State was ahead 44-7. So it seemed like a pretty good second quarter for the Buckeyes. And that was en route to a 54-7 win. So Indiana, not a lot going on this team. Oh boy. I think this has to be Tom Allen's last season. I don't know how they win 6 games. I'm not seeing it here. So,
Well,
anyway, it doesn't matter about the rest of their schedule. Go ahead.
last night, I had my poker championship, and one of the guys that's in that game with me is a alumni of Indiana. And yeah, he pulled it up. He doesn't think Indiana is going to win more than 2 games this year. So, yeah,
Oof.
the hopes are not high among the Indiana Hoosiers at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. They got is Connor Bazelak there? I think he might be the quarterback.
Bazelak,
Oh.
isn't that what you ate in your cup tonight?
Oh, yeah. Bazelak Rye.
Put it on a bottle.
No, Tavian Jackson, they got out of the portal. He played for Center Grove. That's an Indiana big-time high school. He originally committed to Tennessee. He was a 4-star, top 200 guy. And then you got, Sean Shivers as the feature back. And then you got Josh Henderson emerged last year. So they got some good running backs. Let's say that. Who the hell is going to give them the ball? I don't know.
Who's going to block for them?
Exactly. Yeah. Their defense does not look great. I'm not impressed at all. As far as the season outlook goes, boy, I don't know where to start. Yeah. They only average like 23.5 points a game scoring. So I don't know.
What's the spread on this game again, Joe? What did you say it was?
28. Let's
28.
go ahead and get our predictions in on this one. We got Stevens. I'm marking down everybody, so get your shit in here. Jeff, Shawn.
Yeah.
What, anybody that's
Shawn.
ready to go? I'm
Shawn,
ready.
kick it off.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm covering the over. I got 52-10.
52-10, all right. Oh, shit, I lost my goddamn document. Shawn, 52-10, cover over. Got it. Jeff, what do you got?
I had 2 numbers in my head bouncing back and forth, 38-10, 45-10. I will go 45-10.
Hey, so just under the over-under, okay? I think this is going to be a kind of a message sending kind of day for the Buckeyes.
Agree.
Yeah, this is you guys were worried about who our starting quarterback was?
Oh,
Guess
well.
what? Here's 60, bitch.
And check out this defense.
Right. Yeah, that's the key too, is we might pitch shutout here. I'm going 59-0. Buckeyes cover all by their lonesome. And it gets ugly. Massacre in Bloomington. Bitch slap in Bloomington. That's what I got. Let me check the chat, see what's going on here.
That's a
Oh, we
little
got some stuff.
aggressive.
We're going backwards. Oh no,
Super
we're talking about Zach Smith again. Please no. Lincoln gonna be elite as okay. Oh yeah. So many good things I got to come back to. I saw Stephen Cherry. He had a score here back in like an hour ago. Stephen Cherry, where are you? Damn it. All right. I have to come back to the chat and copy anybody, but Odysseus has 38-3. Derpy Entertainment. You sound cool. Glad you're in the show. He says 63-10. Derpy says 63-10. So all these are being copied down. I promise I'm going to copy the entire chat later. I can't do it while we're talking. So, all right, next game, week 2. This is what I hate about early non-conference games is you end up with a Youngstown State every couple of years, and it's a sleepy noon game on BTN. There's no fucking juice. Youngstown State, also known as BTN, comes out with their hair on fire, plays nutso for the first quarter, then realize, oh, these guys actually are the Ohio State team. So, got no spread here. I'm going to assume this is not ever going to be on the board unless you look at some very obscure offshore books. So I would,
Which you do.
which I have been known to do.
Joe's got a whole library of obscure books.
Yeah. The Caymans are not just a lovely place to visit. Anyway, I would venture to guess this is a 49-point spread-ish, 45, 49, somewhere in that ballpark.
I mean, we're supposed to give if we're covering or not, and we don't even have a spread on this yet. I mean, we
only got like 6 spreads, so you're gonna have to.
Well, maybe we shouldn't be giving predictions on games we don't know the spread on.
Well, you don't have to know.
I'm not gonna blanket. I don't want to blanket say we're gonna cover the spread on the game I don't even know. 7 touchdowns is a big ass spread.
We're giving our score prediction. Stephen Cherry has no qualms about giving you a score prediction without any kind of Vegas influence.
Okay, I'll throw numbers at you. Sure.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. You want me to go ahead and lead off with the?
Yeah,
with the
I'm not doing a big intro. I'm not doing a big intro because.
Sure. I 63-7.
Okay. I could tell you that in the 2 previous meetings, 07 and 08, the Buckeyes won 38-6 and 43-0.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it should
Penguins-
be much worse now.
Exactly. The Penguins were 7-4 last year, including a 31-0 loss to Kentucky. And they were outgained 480-192. So if you think Ohio State is better than Kentucky, how much better?
I feel like this is a pad your stat game. This is where Marv and Abeka and everybody start juicing these Heisman numbers.
Right.
I mean, I'm with you. How can you even predict this? I almost feel like it would be 70-0.
Yeah. That's not outlandish at all. Jeff, what do you think? You want to rethink?
No,
that?
63-7. I don't know what we're probably 63-7 sounds like it's probably gonna be a cover and an over, if I had to guess. So yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
I mean 63-7, let's do it. Why not?
I'm going 62-0. I think another shutout back-to-back weeks. So Buckeyes take care of Vegas as they are wont to do. All right, next up, Western Kentucky. That is we already have a time and a network here, 4 o'clock. That's an odd time on Fox. So kind of surprising they're on Big Fox. This is the first meeting between Ohio State and WKU. Buckeyes are 15-0 versus non-Power 5 opponents,
Hilltoppers.
but just 8-7 against the spread since 2015. This is the only previous meeting with a Conference USA team was 45-0 in 2009 versus New Mexico State. We all remember that.
I was there. I was at that game.
You were?
Yeah, I was at that game in the shoe.
New Mexico State, you went to see that.
I had for free tickets, man. I made a trip back into Columbus for it. It was free tickets from a doctor down here in Orlando. Yeah, I went back. But yeah.
Okay.
Rainy day. I remember Terrell Pryor doing his thing.
Wait. That's 09?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right, Jeff, what do you got?
Yep. All right, Hilltoppers, a big passing offense. That's about all we know about them. They spread it out. They chuck the ball around. 44-13.
Are the Hilltoppers, are they good in their own conference or no?
Well, the quarterback threw for 4,700 yards last year.
Oh,
that's
okay.
a lot.
Yeah,
not a big rushing team.
Air raid.
Yeah. Malachi Corley, the leading receiver, caught almost 1,300 yards. They got another dude almost went for 900. Another dude for 900. So this is going to be a huge challenge for the Buckeye secondary.
It's like an old Mike Leach offense, Shawn. It's like the old air raid shit.
Total receiving last year, they had 5,000 yards.
Uh-huh. They're gonna score against us, I think.
Not a big rushing team. Leading rusher had 500 yards on 116 carries, so it's like a 4.5 yard average. Only 3 touchdowns.
All right.
Next.
I think we'll start buying into our own hype by then a little bit. I think we're gonna have 2 blowouts, and I think we might get a little lazy coming into this. Because coming into this, our D should be really high ranked, I feel. And they do score on us. That kind of numbers, that's crazy ass numbers. I mean, yeah. Are all those guys are back?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is going to be a little bit of a different game that we should have, but just getting our own way. And I'm going to go 42-17.
42-17. Okay.
I
Jeff,
took your score, didn't I, Shawn? I got
24.
I got
24.
I'm holding on 44-13. I'm holding on.
44-13. Shawn, you went 24?
Yeah, I'll move it to 24.
Oh, wow. That line's moving already.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see how Vegas reacts to this show.
We're not, whatever it is, we're not going to cover. The line's going to be too big.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to look like shit. I got you. We're picturing the same kind of game, I think, Shawn. It'll look like shit, but we'll be in control, but it'll look like shit.
So no faith in the Buckeye secondary is what it sounds like to me.
No,
you're taking it a step too far.
Okay.
That's a step too far, my friend.
What was your score, Jeff?
44-13.
13. Okay. I'm going 47-17. Yes, the secondary will cave at some points, but the offense bails them out, of course. 47-17, easy 30-point win. It's never a ball game. after the initial kickoff.
You know, there's a lot of things, Joe. I mean, we don't know what these corners are going to look like. Are we going to which kind of Denzel Burke are we getting? We've never seen Jordan Hancock play or Abe Nosen. We think they're going to be great, but after the first couple games, I might tell you I think the score might be different. As of right now, I think we give up some passing yardage, and they get a big play or two.
Well, I think going against this team, I'm more concerned about the other guys, the slot corner, the safeties. I'm more concerned about those guys than the outside corners. You know what I'm saying? We got schemed up pretty good against Michigan and Georgia using Lathan Ransom, Cam Martinez to cover the slots. We got dusted pretty easily there. So those secondary guys are my concern. Secondary guys, if you follow me. All right. So that'll be a good tester. And then we got Notre Dame coming up week 4, Saturday, September 23rd at Notre Dame, 7:30 night gamer on NBC, of course, because why wouldn't they? Buckeyes, right now we have a spread of Buckeyes by 7.5. They threw the little hook in there on you. Lot going on here with this Notre Dame team. This is very interesting to me. Buckeyes are 3-2 in regular season against Notre Dame. That doesn't include the Fiesta Bowl. They trailed Notre Dame once, 7-6 in the first quarter back in
97.
That might have been 96. That was 96. 96. So that's really the gist of it. Notre Dame, not a big threat offensively, in my opinion.
They love their quarterback. Who's their?
Hey,
Hartman is a threat. Yeah.
Yeah, this is nothing like what they had last year offensively. They will be a threat. I don't think they have the weapons on the outside, same as last year, but their quarterback is a dude. He's a dude.
Yeah. My question, that's the question is, what are their other offensive weapons? Do they have anything in the back end? I mean, in the backfield.
That's what she said. What you got in that back end?
Yeah, baby got back end. So, I'm not too worried about this. Who's this Diggs kid? They brought in. So the running back room has 3 dudes that are solid. Let me check this. Audric Estime, Logan Diggs, Chris Tyree all got 100 carries. They combined for 2,200 yards last year. Esteem went for 920, 11 touchdowns. He had a 5.9 per carry average. Diggs was a transfer from LSU, and Tyree is a speedy guy that moved from slot receiver. So, okay, so I would say their running game seems to be their strength, which doesn't make sense why you bring in a Hartman. I don't know how he's going to help your receivers when you don't really have.
Try to carry them. He's got to try to make them good, like an Aaron Rodgers type.
Well, no, because I mean, you need that quarterback, because then they're probably going to try and open that up, because you're going to have to respect the play action. And if you don't got a quarterback that can even deliver it, then it is.
Hartman can move too. I mean, Hartman can get out on his feet too. I mean, he's not. He's not a dual threat kind of guy. Get around. Well, no, not a dual threat kind of guy like a Jalen Hurts or something like that. But he can get out and move. He can make plays rolling out on the run. He brings a whole nother aspect to their offense that they had nothing like last year. So
right. So you got they signed 3 4-stars at the receiver position: Rico Flores, Jaden Greathouse, and Braylon James. They added Caleb Smith, who was a 2-year starter at Vatech. He led the Hokies last year with 18 yards a catch. Then they got Deion Colsey He's a big 6'5" guy. So the O-line seems to be rebuilt. They did their longtime O-line coach, Harry Heistan, retired. And so they hired a new dude, Joe Rudolph. So he spent a lot of time with Wisconsin. So he brings in two likely first round picks at the tackle spots. And then they lost a couple of captains last year. So we'll see how quickly they can rebuild this O-line. They got a third-year starter at center. So again, I'm just not seeing the answers here on the outside. And at tight end, Michael Mayer's gone. So I don't even know who their tight end is if they have one. But, Freeman's defense is going to be decent. It's going to be a top 20 kind of defense like they were last year. So you got is Foskey back? Isaiah Foskey, the All-American. He's gone.
Gone.
Okay.
NFL.
What about the Adam Lola brothers, Jason and Justin?
Sorry, what? No, I don't know. I'm not sure the whole roster, but don't know about those guys.
Okay. So they got a senior, Jordan Botello. He took over in the bowl game, posted a couple sacks. Then you got Riley Mills. He moved back to tackle. So you got Javante Jean-Baptiste, the transfer from Ohio State. He's going to be looking to make a little bit of an impression, maybe some payback.
He went there.
And he'll be a starter, right? He'll be, if he's healthy, he'll start at defensive end, weak side defensive end. I'm guessing. Yeah,
right.
It's probably why he got out, because he wasn't going to be able to play here.
This is his last year.
Yeah,
and he's went up a lot, but he's went up against a lot better Ohio State tackles than the ones we have now.
Paris Johnson, Dawan Jones.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, let's get more in depth on the depth chart. When in the week of the game.
Sure.
What would you say that? What's the spread on this game so far? You said 14 or 17?
Buckeyes 7.5.
7.5. Oh, yeah.
At Notre Dame though, a night game, so
it's gonna be tough.
Catholics are going to be really lubed up on some church wine. Maybe a little extra sacrament.
There's plenty of Catholics coming out of Columbus. They're going to be shit-faced too. Catholics are a big number there in Ohio. 7.5. I you know what? I say we cover. I think it's a 10-point win. Maybe it could open up big in the second half. You never know. But to make sure we get the cover, I'll say 38-10.
Okay. 38-10 for Jeff.
Nice pick, Jeff. Close to what I got. I think this is kind of a statement game. I think that's why the week before we look, it's probably the worst of our three games that we look. And then you come back and teach Notre Dame a lesson for holding out and just not getting in this Big Ten and always being pricks. And I think you put it on them. I got 38-17.
Yeah. 38-17. Okay. So a little wrap of the knuckles with the yardstick, huh?
I'm with you there, Shawn. I'm with you there too. I mean, Notre Dame could get another score in there, make it like last year, make it a competitive game, start of the third, and then we just kind of excel past them. Our pass rush gets a little too much for Hartman. He starts running, trying to make too much happen, gets a turnover or two.
But also things can get weird. Things can get weird at Notre Dame.
Well,
in the night game.
Well, I mean, look at Proctor. Proctor missing a 5-yard hitch, missing a tackle, and they got first and goal now. I mean, they didn't have any kind of passing attack against us, but they had a fucking 60, 70-yarder that looked like a big play because we missed a tackle. We missed another tackle just on a similar play. They have a better quarterback now to execute in the red zone.
Yeah.
So shit can happen, but I think our corners will be better. I think they'll perform better than and our safeties and our slot corners, nickel safeties, whatever the hell you want to call them. I think they performed better than last year, and I don't think we miss those tackles, and we don't give up those easy big plays.
That they have Baptiste, I almost wanted to take my score down a touchdown, maybe 31-17.
Oh,
Jean-Claude,
I'm scared of him, man.
We haven't had a Buckeye opponent scared of him in 5 fucking years, and you're scared of him now playing against us?
no.
That's
Nobody's
a good
thought
point.
twice about the guy until now.
I mean, I love the kid coming out. He couldn't stay healthy, and he just couldn't crack that. But he also went through Chase Young's era.
Okay,
you know?
I'll stay with the original 38-17. You told me that he sucks. He has 3 sacks.
Sold.
This is bullshit.
All right. I'm kind of close to you guys. I'm going 41-13. So a little extra field goal there and maybe a few points less on the other side. So Buckeyes roll 41-13. Let's go. Buckeyes at home against Maryland. Oh, so we got a bye week here. Got to keep that in mind. So after Notre Dame, we got a bye week. And then Maryland comes to town October 7th. Let's see what we got here for the Terps. Crab cakes and football, I know. Buckeyes have won all 8 games against Terps, 5-3 against the spread, if you're keeping track. All 8 meetings have hit the over, an average of 80 points per game. Last year, the Buckeyes were favored by 27. They trailed 13-10 at the half and led 33-30 late in the 4th before field goal. And then they got a turnover touchdown. Remember, Steel Chambers off of, I think that was either JT or Zach Harrison got a fingertip on a Tua pass. Yeah, not gonna work here. So anyway, last year's game was super close. This year, we don't have a spread yet, but Maryland does have Tua coming back, little Tua, and then they got freshman Roman Hemby, the running back. He returned. He's got home run hitting speed. He was almost hit 1,000 yards last year. What else here? They lost Rakim Jarrett, Copeland, Dante Demas. Those guys might be back. CJ Dupree, the tight end.
I want to say Demas is back. I want to say I heard Demas was coming back.
Okay.
But yeah, Demas was the one that hurt us more last year than Jarrett. And Jarrett was, the higher ranked kid that we were looking at,
Dupree was snagged by Alabama. So you got this Dyches kid. You got who else here? Tay Felton, Octavian Smith. Those guys, he did well in the bowl game. He was a big play guy. So, the usual stuff with these guys. They got a couple playmakers, but can little Tua get the ball to them, And then on defense, Maryland doesn't do a lot that's impressive. What do we have here? Yeah, not a lot going on here. Taze Johnson. They got a Tennessee transfer, Jordan Phillips. Their top 5 D line are all gone. So, I don't see a lot going on here. Their 2023 schedule looks pretty difficult, honestly. So, again, no spread here. So, make it up.
I'll start. Last year they had a first round corner that went. I think they had another defensive back that was drafted early as well. But no, Maryland's never been an issue or never been a known for their defense. They never really stopped us or kept us really down. We always be able to score points, but they're always able to score with us. I think Talia, I believe that's how he not. It's not Little Tua. I believe he pronounces his name Talia.
Sorry.
He'll sling it around. He might sling it around to us as well as his guys. So I would take the over, but if that spread, I'm keeping it within. It seems always to be close with them. We always have to score a bunch to get past them, but because they've always been able to score on us. So I say if this, let's go 48-21.
48-21. Okay.
That's not even having a number, but yeah, I'll go 48-21. I don't know if you should cover or not.
We'll have a number that we.
Yeah, and I'll go 45-31.
Okay.
I think a little let down after a big win, Notre Dame, Maryland, Tagliavola, whatever is legit, I think, and they're going to be a solid football team.
All right, I'm going
not gonna get
43-17. Buckeyes roll. Definitely are going to cover whatever the spread might be. I think the offense is hitting its stride by, what is that, game 5? Technically it's week 6, but I think bouncing back with a bye week, everybody gets a little ice bath, maybe recovers from the first 4 weeks of trash, but that's what I got. All right, let's go to Purdue. Nothing ever goes wrong at Purdue. Saturday, October 14th, Buckeyes roll in there. I don't have a spread or anything for that, of course. But I will say that the visitor is just 2-9 straight up, 4-6-1 against the spread in this matchup. Oh, God, I don't want to talk about that year. I'm not going to talk about that year.
No, please don't.
Nope.
I tell you what,
Right.
though, I can't imagine anybody really getting up for a game in fucking West Lafayette, Indiana.
Right.
That's the best advantage Purdue's ever had, ever. Outside of Drew Brees, their fucking location is a ghost town.
Well,
I
would it make
I
you
wouldn't.
feel
I don't
better
blame
that-
I don't blame a 19-year-old for not getting hyped to go to West Lafayette.
Right.
Let alone if the weather's shitty. Hopefully,
They
the
were
weather's
able
still
to
fine.
find a coach to take over for Jeff Brom. 36-year-old Ryan Walters, former defensive coordinator at Illinois under the big fat Bert. He's taken over as head coach there. So I wouldn't say expect more of a defensive minded team because they're bringing in an air raid offense. So Graham Harrell is the offensive coordinator coming in. So that
That dude was electric, man. When he was slinging it for Texas
Sure.
Tech, that dude was electric.
Yeah.
Too bad he can't sling it now for them.
No, I don't think he'll be coming out of the booth. So let's see. He was at USC recently and worked with who was he under there? Was that
Lincoln Riley?
Was it? I was thinking it was back when
Sark?
No, the last dude that got fired.
Oh, Clay Helton.
Helton, yeah. I thought he was under Helton. But anyways, doesn't matter.
Anyways, doesn't matter.
Yeah. So they got Hudson Card, a high 4-star. He's a top 50 recruit. He started a few games for Texas. He's their quarterback. Aiden O'Connell on the way out. Oh, by the way, you might not notice this, but Purdue actually won the West last year. I didn't watch the championship game either, so it didn't really happen. I don't know. So obviously Aiden O'Connell's gone to the NFL. got running back. I wouldn't expect much out of the running game. It seems like the receivers are going to be the big focus here, right? I mean, a passing focused offense. Let's see. They were supposed to have all 5 returning starters on the O-line, but left guard Spencer Holstage transferred to UCLA, and then tackle Eric Miller followed Brom to Louisville. So lost a couple starters there. Tight end Payne Durham was an all Big Ten guy, but he left for the draft. Then you got where's the receivers at? Oh yeah, Sheffield. Got that Sheffield kid. Mershawn Rice. They combined for 763 yards. Those guys are both going to be 5th-year seniors. Obviously, they lost Charlie Jones. He's in the NFL now. But he was a big time receiver for them. So you got to replace quite a bit of production. Jones went for 110 catches, 1,300 yards. So I'm not sure if Sheffield and Rice are going to replace that. Then on defense, that's what I'm interested to see what they do on defense here with this DC coming over from Illinois. They only allowed 12.8 points per game. That's best in the United States last year. Illinois did. They were first in scoring defense, second in yards per play, and third in yards per game. Yes, really.
Really? Wow.
You know, so this defense could be legit if the coach can bring over, the right guys, whether they're transfers or whatever. They run a 5-man front scheme, which is weird. That might not last too long in the Big Ten now that everybody's going to a spread offense. But
that 5-2 can shade to a 3-4. Those are real interchangeable.
Yeah,
you're just
the inner three.
If you're pulling back the ends, you're pulling the ends off. You're putting the ends up on the line. You can put them out. There's a lot.
The inner 3 are traditional linemen, while the 2 on the outsides are edge/linebacker hybrids called the Fox and the Buck. Ooh, those are hunting words. Anyways, obviously the goal is to confuse the offensive line, fuck with them. But so they went heavy in the portal on the defensive side of the ball. They got a dude from Miami, a dude from USC. They got a nose tackle from Auburn. So we got a Penn State transfer, Arkansas. Yeah. So they really loaded up that defensive side of the ball. I just don't know how talented all these transfers are, even though they're from big schools. Again, we don't have a line for this, so let's go ahead and give our best guess. I would imagine this would be our offense's biggest tester, don't you think? Through the first 6 games?
I don't know. I think I think Notre Dame might be that, but I feel like all the air left Purdue with Brom,
okay,
and bringing all these guys in. We'll see. I think that's a good move by them to bring in a young coach that can maybe get everybody to come together, because Brom left and now you got all these transfers in. I mean, it's like, how are you going to bring all that in and have no culture?
Yeah, that's a challenge. That's a big challenge, especially for a young coach that's 36.
So even with the talent, I just wonder if he's got the juice or can bring it all together. If he can, then he'll end up being coach at Purdue for 2 years and he'll get a better job.
Mm-hmm. What do you got?
But as far as score, no, I don't think this will be much of a game. The defense might do okay. Let's go 31-7.
What do you got, Jeff?
Ooh, I will be damn surprised if Purdue is a tougher defensive game for us than Notre Dame. I can't. Saying that out loud just sounds stupid. Just guessing. That's our second we're coming off of Notre Dame road trip, bye week, Maryland at home, and then out the. I'm trying to just get an idea of the schedule. So we're on second road game of the year. I wouldn't blame these kids for being flat.
Third,
Purdue's going to act like it's a Super. It's going to act. Purdue's going to act like it's Super Bowl. 45, 18.
Oh. Rudy. I'm going 30-13. I think the defense does do some things, give the Buckeyes some challenges, but I'm not worried about Purdue's offense at all. So 38-13 is what I got. All right, let's go Penn State. Penn State comes to town October 21st. They're currently ranked number 7. Buckeyes favored by 10. Buckeyes have won 6 straight against the Knits. Last year, they're favored by 15, but trailed 14-13 at the half, and then took a 44-24 lead in the fourth, then gave up a backdoor cover with a touchdown late in the game. So we know what to expect from these fucking guys, right? I mean, there's not much unusual here. They don't have a stud receiver that we've seen yet, but it seems like they always dig one up. Running game is going to be strong. Left tackle is a first round NFL pick. So what do we got here? Last year they went just 2 losses last year. So pretty good year for them.
Yeah, us in Michigan, that's it.
And the Buckeyes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Ohio State and Michigan, they're only 2 losses.
Yeah, they had they beat Utah pretty easily in the Rose Bowl. Purdue, they had a tough game with week 1. They won 35-31. Northwestern 17-7 they won.
It's Sean Clifford.
Yeah.
They had not gone to Drew Aller yet. I think it's our second toughest game of the season. Go ahead, Shawn. You start off though.
I'm gonna go 48-35.
They got a tough defense, man.
Not 48, 42. I'm sorry, 42-35.
Okay. So a high scoring affair. Okay.
I do. I feel like it won't be that high, and then there'll be 4 scores in the fourth quarter.
I think this defense is one of their best.
I think they're loaded. I mean, they could be surprisingly good if they get good quarterback play. They got dudes. Said I don't know all the names, but I know they got dudes.
Yeah, they got Johnny Dixon. He took over Porter's spot at the corner. They got Jair Brown. He was the team's leading tackler at safety. You got, I know Musford's gone. Right. What's that?
Jair might be a first-round pick.
Chop Robinson, he was a 5-star.
First round pick.
Yeah, so
they got studs.
These guys are big. They got a lot of freaky dudes, honestly, super freaky. So Kalen King, that's another corner. So yeah, it's going to be tough sledding from a passing point of view, in my opinion. For the Buckeyes.
I feel like going into halftime, it's something like 21-17 either way.
Exactly. Yeah. Jeff, what do you got for yours? Shawn has 42-35.
24-18.
24-18. One score game.
Dogfight. We are losing this game at some point. They have the lead.
Okay. My question is, what does Drew Aller bring to the table, and does Franklin let him go out there and make plays? And can he?
I'm predicting that by this time of the season, he's going to have some games under him. he's got fucking talent everywhere, offense and defense. He's got first round linemen. He's got All-American running back potential with depth. The receivers, you're right. The weapons, we don't know yet, and I'm predicting Aller to be a stud. I think he gets the offense. I think he shows. I think by the time we play him, he has shown Franklin I can trust him a little more, and he lets Aller try. He's a Ohio kid. He's going to be fired up. He's going to want to play big against the Buckeyes. I think Franklin finally. I think he earns it from Franklin, and Franklin finally lets the handcuffs go, and they can run the ball. They can stop the run. You're going to be in every game if you can do those two things effectively. I think they can do it against us. I think we're just going to be a little bit better at the end.
Okay. I'm going 33-20. I think it's a low-scoring affair, tight one, but the Buckeyes roll at home, of course, which is key. All right, next up, we got to power through like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. Okay, quickly. Buckeyes at Wisconsin, October 28th. Number 19 ranked Wisconsin. Buckeyes are favored by 9.5. I'm going to skip all the pomp and circumstance here. And Buckeyes have won 9 straight against Wisconsin, including 3 Big Ten championship games. So that's your rundown. What do you got, Jeff?
9.5 is a spread.
Yeah.
28-20. We win on the road. No cover. Wisconsin's going to be a fight as well.
Wow. Right. Shawn,
that's a night game as well, right? Camp Randall's at night.
Oh, we don't know that yet, but safe assumption.
I'll guess. Yeah. Terrell Pryor lost us when we were number 1 in the country, I believe. First week being number 1 in the country. Went up to Madison, 8:00 game, and fucking JJ Watt made his fucking Heisman candidacy in that game. Not to say they have a player like JJ Watt, but I think if we're playing in Madison at night, it's gonna be a mess.
Yeah.
I got the Buckeyes taking the L here, losing 20-24.
Sacrilege. What?
Shawn, I'm right there. I picture us making one play and you say we don't make the play. I think it comes down to that one big chance to play. I think we make it.
28-24?
No, 20-24.
Yeah,
I got you. All right. 20. Okay. I'm going I'm going 34-17 in a tight one. Buckeyes pull away late. All right. Following that game, we got Rutgers. Buckeyes going to University of New Jersey. No spread here. You don't need a kind of game setup for this. Jeff, what do you got for Piscataway?
Let's go 63-6.
Like a little Shiano fuckery.
2 field goals. Shiano, they mustered 2 field goals. They're running 9 reverses and a fucking player, a tackle optional, and a double reverse and 3 onside kicks.
But the Buckeyes kick an onside kick?
I think
do the coaches fight at midfield?
Yeah, let's see how that develops. But I think it does. I think it does get out of hand. I think Ryan Day does not mind letting whoever the starting quarterback at that time. Hey, let's go a couple series in the third quarter just to make sure. Put the hammer down. And then I think maybe that's the game though. We finally get that backup quarterback that we've been wanting for a couple of years to run a full offense. When we're waiting for Cal McCord to come in and, hey, let him run the offense. Let's not kill 12 minutes of clock.
Well, I'll believe that when I see it.
I think the Rutgers game might be that game.
All right, Shawn, what do you got?
Rutgers just going to catch us at a bad time after that, and I think the team's going to refocus and 52-10 total route, and it's kind of we get back off at the end.
Yeah. It is November, so it's going to be getting chillier, but I'm going 56-13. Hopefully the weather doesn't play into it. so the offense can get their shit together. All right, next up, Saturday, November 11th. We're creeping into the middle of November here. Michigan State comes to town. That's a night game, 7:30 p.m. That's on NBC. So mark your calendars, get your peacocks out. Buckeyes right now favored by 24. I'm again not going to do any kind of pregame for this. I will tell you, Buckeyes have 7 straight wins and 6 straight covers. So let's go.
We don't
Jeff.
have spread yet. You say no spread.
Oh yeah, we do. Buckeyes by 24.
24. Oof. That's 24 seems steep before the season even starts.
Have you looked at their roster?
No, I don't pay any attention to fucking Sparty at all. 0. Shawn, I'll let Shawn go. Let me see what Shawn's hearing up in that neck of the woods.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, to me, everything says Sparty's ceiling is like 6-7 wins. And basement probably 4. I think again, wrong place, wrong time for Sparty. They might be close to 500 record at that point in the season. And yeah, we're gonna kill them. I'm thinking like 55-13.
Okay.
They don't have not a lot of optimism right now in that program.
Well, what do you mean? Their starting quarterback is starting for Auburn. And their starting receiver is starting at Florida State.
Hold on, Shawn. Are you really telling me that things look bleak in East Lansing, Michigan? Oh my God, I can't believe it. Such a shocker. Fuck it. We
And,
roll
if they're gonna, go ahead.
62-7. 62-7. We roll over Sparty again.
6-2-7. All right. What'd you have, Shawn?
55-13.
Oh, I like it. Okay. I'm going 57-9. 3 field goals is all you can muster up out of Sparty. Coming to Columbus, by the way.
Coming.
Yeah. All right. Let's go November 18th versus Minnesota. That's in Columbus. We have no spread yet. So I can tell you Buckeyes lead the series 46-7. They've won 40 of the last 43, 12 straight, 6-5-1 against the spread. Last met in 2021. Buckeyes trailed 14-10 at the half, 21-17 at the end of the third.
Yeah.
And
first game of the season.
Yeah. And then got a touchdown with 4:39 left in the game to win 45-31. But that was 3 years ago. So, all right, Jeff, what do you got?
48-14.
48-14. Okay. That is a home game in case I didn't mention it for the Buckeyes. Shawn, what do you got?
That time of year, I think Minnesota is going to be one of the better teams on that side. They'll be rowing the boat across the ice.
Yeah.
There in Minnesota. I think it'll be the best, after going Rutgers and Michigan State, I think these guys are a little bit above them. So I think we come back down to earth a little bit, and I'm going 38-24.
Oh, wow. Just 2 touchdown spread there, huh? Okay. I'm going 43-17. I think the Buckeye offense is a little limited, but the defense does keep Minnesota to just 17. All right. You know what time it is? Last game of the year, November 25th at number 2 in the country, Michigan. High noon on Fox. Buckeyes are currently a 3-point dog. Yes, I said that. 3-point dog. So, where do you want me to start? Do you need a breakdown? We should know this team inside and out, right? I mean, Buckeyes have won 15 of the last 18, 10-8 against the spread, but have lost 2 straight for the first time since 1999 to 2000. Yeah, that's enough. I don't want to talk anymore about that.
Hey, that 15 out of 18 don't mean shit. That last two is the thing. Is Ohio State gonna go 0-3? Can they? Will they have a stretch of 0-3 in this stretch of our dominance? We're at our highest powers as a program. Do we hit a 3-game skid against some fucking scumbags? I can't see it. I can't see it. I think Michigan's. This is the best team we've played in a decade.
They're loaded.
They are loaded. They're fucking
Limited
loaded.
questions. Me and Shawn talked about the questions on their side. They don't have a backup quarterback. We're not sure who the quarterback is going to throw to, receiver or tight end.
They got a couple dudes, but it's just like
Nobody proven.
There's no depth. They got that Roman Wilson and that Cornelius Johnson. Those guys have been all right.
They can catch a good arm punt for sure. But then the cornerback too. Who's their second cornerback? Do they move Mike Sandstrill out of the slot to an outside corner? I don't know.
Yeah, but when your other one might be the best corner in the country, you can lock.
Johnson.
He can lock down. Then you give the other guy safety help.
Okay, well, it sounds simple then. Buckeyes are screwed.
They're not screwed, but Jeff's right. This is their best team right now. This is in a decade, 20 years. This is their best chance to win a natty.
Yep.
And if we do beat them, the game's not over for them to win the national championship. Follow this crystal ball. We upset them in the fucking shithole that they call a stadium. We both make the playoffs. They go on to win a national title just by luck of the draw and how it shapes out. Imagine that kick in the nuts. I don't know, Joe. I don't see us losing 3 in a row to these fucking scumbags, man. They got a great team.
Either,
I think we pull off the upset. I think we as underdogs, we haven't been in over a decade with these chumps. I think Sonny Styles or somebody makes a fucking play late to seal it. You know what I mean? Like a barn burner. I take us with the upset, 18-15.
Wow. What a terrible game to watch.
Oh, if it's 18-15, and I'm gonna be at a Michigan fan's house for sure, I'm gonna fucking love that. I don't give a fuck if it's only 18 points.
This O-line is loaded. The running game is their strength. Let's see what JJ can do, how much Harbaugh will give him a leash, All right, Shawn. Will the Buckeyes finish the season with 2 losses?
No, I'm going Buckeyes 34-31 in the upset.
Okay.
And kind of the only reason is I would probably reverse that if we don't have a loss. If we go into that game undefeated, I'd probably flip it to Michigan. But I think we're going to need that juice.
So I should have asked this before we gave our predictions. Do we see, Shawn, I know your opinion, but do both teams come in undefeated or with 1 loss? Do they come in with the same record? Whether it's 10-1, 11-0.
They only have like 1 game before us. I think Penn State, they got a cupcake schedule.
They got a tough one there. They got 3 games in a row that are not easy, I believe. Yeah, here it is. At Penn State, at Maryland, and then the Buckeyes at home. I think you could I'm not calling for a loss necessarily. Going to Penn State, if that's a night game, if they make that a whiteout, they won't do that.
Could be
it's November. It's November. They won't do that. They won't do it. Because it's November. If it were right around Halloween, like when we play them in a whiteout, that would be a good game. But 2 away games, we'll see what Maryland has under the hood. So 2 away games, Penn State, Maryland, then the Buckeyes at home. That's a tough stretch, kind of.
if Penn State is sitting on one loss or no losses, I mean, again, that's the other dangerous game, Wisconsin and Penn State.
Yeah.
That's a tough little run there, but if Penn State's sitting on one or no losses, I think it will be a whiteout. I mean, they're in the conversation then.
Yeah. Well, they
they
won't
can
do
make a
night
run.
games in November in the Big Ten, except for that one that the Buckeyes stupidly scheduled. Gene was being nice. Typically, though, they don't have night games in the Big Ten in November.
Yeah, but
We'll
look
see.
how many more night games there are.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe. I hope so. I really hope that would be a whiteout at night, not daytime whiteout, because that's not the same. So I'm going 37-30 anyways. Buckeyes roll in a tight one, and obviously goes down to the wire, a one-score game. So Jeff was 18-15. Shawn was 34-31. I'm 37-30. All right, look at all the chat. Oh, the chat's nuts. I got to go back and try and copy all this. But all right. That's all I got. I think that's a good place to stop. We've gone a hard 90. That's what she said. So sounds like everybody's getting tired and ready for some sleepy town. But appreciate everybody joining us in the chat. You guys are awesome. I'm going to copy the entire chat, add it to my document here. So I have all of your predictions, and we're going to hold each one of you to this. All right. But don't forget, like the video, please. If you've hung around this long, the least you could do is hit the like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Subscribe, make sure you're subscribed. I'm sure you guys all are, because you're the good ones. And hit the bell, get notified. Tomorrow, of course, is Monday, and we got your daily blitz in the morning. We got the rush hour in the afternoon, 4:30 to 5 Eastern. So be here live at 4:30, and we'll do this all over again, but a different topic. So it's more interesting. Jeff and Shawn, appreciate you.
I
Talk to you later.
Yeah, bro.
Go
football
Butts.
season, people. Kids'
Yeah.
first games Thursday. Let's go.
All right. Thursday at the high school
Oh,
stadium.
and just a little for the local crowd. Columbian destroyed Fremont Ross last night.
Yes, they did.
Friday night.
Yes, they did.
And Central
Yes, sir.
Catholic, who has a Buckeye commit, and we're going to play in a couple weeks, destroyed Finley with that quarterback, like 42-17 or something like that.
I saw that. Yeah.
Anyway, it's football season. Let's go.
That's
Hell
right.
yeah.
All right. Talk to you later, folks. Appreciate you. Go Bucks.